Welcome, welcome. It is noon on Thursday. So welcome to another episode of Ask Thor Now. You ask your business questions and we'll answer those live for you here on the show. You got to thank Wardrobe for my new, blue, is it blue? Blue shirt. All right, so let's dive right into the questions.
And this is going to be embarrassing because we kind of match. It's Blue Day. All right. So this is
charge of Wardrobe. I don't know.
By default, my sleepiest self is
That's right.
in charge of Wardrobe.
Good.
I have been presented with a business opportunity, with a business that's very relevant and big in the press. I think this guy's like an app guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But how can I tell if it will still be relevant 5 years from now? Which is, I guess, kind of the gamble you take.
Yeah. Well, come on. Let's face it. There's no guarantee whether it's going to be popular 5 years from now or not. But there are a lot of trends in business that kind of go in and then gone. Now, that's okay if that's what your plan is just get in while the getting's good and then get out. I had a couple businesses where I ran for a couple of years, took a couple $1 million out of them, and it just kind of ran its course. And there was nothing wrong with that. It was just, that's what it was. The market changed, the situation changed, the environment changes. So just get in, and if you can provide value, great. Now, here's the thing that I want to touch on, though, and this is kind of what I hear in the back of your question, that it's really hot in the market right now. Understand, if it's hot in the market right now, that does not mean that you're going to be successful and that the business is going to be successful. When something's hot, a lot of people are jumping in on it. And pricing and the number of available options in the market, options might be small, pricing might be high. And then all of a sudden, as it gets hot, there's a lot of options, pricing comes down, and then all of a sudden it's really not a great sector anymore. So instead of chasing the hottest thing and the thing that's really popular in the press or what seems to be in vogue, find out what you really are good at doing. What do you really enjoy doing? Find those things that really light you up. I was with someone this morning for breakfast and we were talking about some things, and he goes, I really don't have a passion for my business anymore, but I really want to go into this. And I said, why? And he goes, well, why not? He goes, it takes care of this and the social good for this. And it just drives me. I've been passionate about this since I was 4 years old. And I'm like, okay, now we're talking about something. Now I can see that what you're thinking about going into is something that's really in alignment. Not once during that conversation did you say, this is the hot thing. This is the new thing. This is where I can make a lot of money. This is something that you said that this is where you want to spend the rest of your life. And you talked about working in that area until you were 90. And for this gentleman, that's another 45 years. So that's the kind of business you want to get into. Something you want to spend the next 45 years doing, not what's hot in the press. So hopefully that answered the question.
Because also what's hot for
Come
one
on,
person...
I can't hear you over there.
Because also what's hot for one person, I've got a perfect example of this, is not hot for maybe the people that are truly in the know or developing apps at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're talking about apps. Yeah.
Yeah, but also, even just video stuff, which, I like to think that I'm on the cutting edge of video work and television and movies and online marketing and stuff like that. But once in a while, I'll hear something. Like this morning, I was listening to the radio on the way here, and I heard that, first of all, there was a radio bit about a video on YouTube, which I'm like, it's kind of painful for a listener to, you can't see it.
Yeah.
It's not a great synergy there with a YouTube video on the radio. So I don't know. But it was something I had seen a month ago. And these guys were like, oh, wow, this is great. So if you think that something's hot in the press right now or the next big thing, chances are you might not be on the front side of that curve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Which can be dangerous.
Well, it's like real estate investing. When you start hearing about everybody running around talking about real estate investing and the opportunities in real estate or the stock market, guess what? It's overcooked. The smart money is long gone.
Yeah.
They are in these deals way, way early. So,
which is not to say that there's not still money to be made.
Yeah.
It just means it's not a great long-term business for you.
You've got to get
if you're talking about 5 years down the road.
Yeah. Just be careful.
Yeah.
Find something that you really, really know and you're passionate about.
All right. So Kathy G.
Kathy G.
Kathy G. Not her real name.
Is that Kenny G's wife or
Warren G's
girlfriend?
cousin.
Warren G's cousin.
Warren G. Hardy.
All right, go ahead.
My business is facing a major distribution issue that cannot be resolved without a major hiatus. Is it worth it to shut down completely for a month or two and then try to get rolling again, or to operate at 50% and try to find new solutions in the future?
Easy,
You're on your own.
yeah, easy answer for this one. Avoid a shutdown or a stoppage at all cost. That is that can be catastrophic. You want to keep that momentum going. Even if the ship is going very, very slowly, it's still moving forward. It's still making progress. One of the first things I did when I got down here to Georgia, I was responsible for a global paper company. And I was responsible for all the risk management issues. And in a paper mill, you have these huge pieces of machinery going, and they run 24/7. And once a year, you had to bring down the facility for maintenance. There were some things that you couldn't do while the factory was running. One of them is getting into these huge boilers. They're the size of literally houses. And you've got to get in there and you've got to do inspections. Obviously, you can't do it when it's running. Every time we shut down and every time we reboot it, the cost involved were massive. Millions of dollars as a result of a shutdown. To get it back going, and then once you get it going again, it causes all kinds of other issues that pop up. When something is in motion, you want to continue it in motion. If you've got to slow down 90%, that's better than stopping it. Do not cut it off. Do not stop it. Figure out your solution while the business is going. Communicate clearly. Communicate consistently with your vendors, with your employees, with your customers, with your prospects. Tell them what the issues are, what additional issues are going to be coming up, but keep the ship going. Do not stop it. That's it. That's simple.
Like a shark. Keep moving.
Yeah, unless you're a paper company. Then if you got to shut down once a year, you got to do it. Yep.
Okay, so the next question is, I'm the new owner. This is a good one. I forgot about this one.
This is a good one.
Yeah.
Not that the other two weren't good.
No, they were great, but this one we need sound effects for, like a ding ding ding,
All right.
round one, because I'm the owner of a new coffee shop.
This is one of my mentors used to say. It's a great. Rich Colton, if you're listening out there, it's a great. All right, go ahead.
It's also kind of a sad. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
I am the new owner of a coffee shop. Every single day, there seems to be some sort of altercation between either an employee and a customer, or between two customers.
Okay.
I have monitored the situation very closely to find my employees are not at fault, all caps. So, can it be that our customers are just jerks? And what should I do about it? I'm out of here.
That's right. Business would be great if we didn't have customers, right? Nobody to be a jerk. Well, first of all, it always takes two to tango. So I'm wondering if the employees aren't maybe adding to the fuel of the fire. So maybe there is a little bit of fault on the part of the employees. But I'll tell you this. You're not going to like this answer. You know where I'm going with this. Look, it's your responsibility as a business owner. You've got to get in there and you've got to consistently train over and over and over again. You've got to hire the right people. You've got to hire people that when you have an irate customer, which you will have, okay, you're in a coffee shop, they want their caffeine. And if you're delayed in getting their coffee fast enough, or the right shots of espresso and goop and syrup and foam and whatever else everybody puts on.
How long have you
things.
worked in the coffee industry?
Yeah, I'm pretty simple when it comes to coffee black. But you've got to make sure that you're training, you're hiring the right people. And as the manager, as the owner of the organization, it's your responsibility. You are accountable. So now you got off on a tangent. They're asking if what was the question?
Well, the question is,
I see this all the time in businesses, and it drives me nuts because so often they think it's the customer's problem or sometimes even the employee's problem, and every single time it comes back to you, the owner, you, the manager, because you're the one who's not hiring properly and you're not the one training properly.
Also, you kind of wonder, like,
what was the final question?
People always talk about like having a culture, and but
but
you always think about that only being relevant to like a huge company.
Absolutely not. A matter of fact, we were just talking about that today, and we're working on putting together some more signs here around the office. And one of our guiding principles, part of our core culture, is what's the last one? Treat people respect. Treat people the way they want to be treated. And if you're in my organization and you don't treat others the way they want to be treated, guess what? This is not the place for you. So if you have a culture or a lack of culture that you've not trained your employees to be nice and diffuse some of those situations, what was the original question?
The original question is that she's monitored the situation very closely, and she's found that her employees are not at fault.
Okay.
But everybody can be good while the boss is there.
That's true.
And why is your lighting so much better than Matt's?
Why is my lighting so
much? She didn't say that. I was asking.
No. So look. Oh, but your lighting. Yeah. So what's the final question?
Can it be that our customers are just jerks?
Oh, okay. All right.
And what can I possibly
What can you do about it? Okay, great. Raise your standards. Find out what's going on with your look. If your customers aren't happy, something's going on. There's some sort of upset that's occurring. What system do you have for the customers to interact with you? What sort of feedback model do you have? Do you have comment cards? Do you walk around? Do you talk to the customers? Do you get involved in these altercations? Okay, try to diffuse them and find out what's wrong. Fix it.
How are these people still coming back though? If there's
look, some people like conflict. Some people like, that's just part of their model. If someone comes in and their model of the world is where they want to come in and they want to be disturbing, they want to be angry at people, some people that meets their needs. So they'll just continue to do it over and over. And if you allow that to happen, what are you going to do to the customers that don't want to be in that environment? They're not going to show up again.
Yeah.
So this, to me, this is not a customer problem. This is not an employee issue. This is a management and this is an ownership issue. Start doing your job. Get involved and fix it.
That's it. That's all we got.
Thanks for tuning in today, and hopefully this is helping you. And if you've got a business out there and you're not holding yourself, your employees, accountable and at the highest standard, change that. If you guys need accountability, check out my new accountability system, thorconklin.com. You'll find it under services, where you really get true accountability. If you're messing up and you've committed to do something and you're not getting it done like this person, well, guess what? I'll hold you accountable. Have a great week. I'll see you here next week.